ലേ ടീച്ചറെ
സാറേ
സ്റ്റാർട്ട്. ആ
Good evening to one and all present here. Respected dignitaries, esteemed educators, research scholars, and dear student teachers, it gives me immense pleasure to warmly welcome you all to the webinar series number 59, organized by Marbasilos College of Education, Sultan Batheri, Wayanad, under the IQC in collaboration with ARIO and CTF. Today's webinar is on the topic Beyond the Blackboard for Creating Creators. A true teacher does more than deliver lessons, they inspire creativity, critical thinking, and innovation. Education today is not just about transferring knowledge, but about empowering learners to become creators, problem solvers, and lifelong learners. I take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to our respected principal and general convener, Dr. Sunit Kumar Jian, whose constant support and visionary leadership continue to inspire us in organizing such meaningful academic initiatives. Welcome, sir.
ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു ടീച്ചർ.
We are truly honored to have with us today our distinguished resource person, Dr.Anees Mohammed C, Associate Professor, Farook Training College, Kozhikode. We are grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and sharing your valuable expertise with us. I welcome you, sir. We are also privileged to welcome our respected Dr. Sarama Chandi and other dignitaries. I extended my heartfelt greetings to all participants who have joined us from various institutions. Your enthusiastic presence adds great value to this academic gathering. I also warmly welcome my dear colleagues and student teachers of Marbasilos College of Education for being a part of this session, inspiring and beneficial for all of us, and continue our journey of transformation. I welcome you all once again. Anissa?
Okay. Am I directly going to the class?
Yes, sir, sure.
Sunit sir, when anything do you want to speak?
ഇല്ല സാർ, ഓക്കെ,
No.
കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്യാം.
Okay.
ഓക്കെ
Okay.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ.
Most respected Sunit Kumar sir, the principal Marbasilis College, and Sarama Chandi ma'am, and the teachers of Marbasilis College, and the governing body members of AERO and CTF, and my dear students, a very warm good evening to all of you. And the title for today's discussion is Beyond the Blackboard for Creating Creators. Is the presentation is visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Actually, among you all, who is the youngest teacher or the prospective teacher among you all? I want to make it in an interactive mode only. So if you want, you can chat, use the chat box, or you can unmute and say, among you, who is thinking that I am the youngest one among all the participants? Or who is the oldest one among you, which you think so? My question is, who is the youngest one among you all the participants? You think so? Because you don't know the age of other persons. And who is thinking that I am the oldest one among all the participants? As anyway, a teacher is concerned, those who have stopped their learning are the oldest one. Whether she or he is at 80 or at 20. She or he is the oldest one if she has stopped their learning. And one who he is continuing their learning are the youngest one, whether she or he is at 20 or at 80. That is, Henry Ford is saying, anyone who keeps learning stays young. Anyone who keeps learning stays young, is the words of Henry Ford. So actually, this learning, you might have learned in the B.Ed course, this is a continuous process. It is from womb to tomb, it is from cradle to graveyard. I'm remembering an incident that is prison officials came to the cell of Bhagat Singh to take him to the gallows for conducting execute the execution, to hanging him till death. But that time he was reading a book and he knows that he is in the face of death. But he told them that just a second, let me complete this paragraph. You look the passion for learning, the strong enthusiasm for learning. Because this learning is actually not a destination, it is the journey that transforms learners into creators. So now I'm repeating the same question. Who is the youngest among you, among the participants? Very good. There are somebody saying age-wise I may be old, but mind-wise I am the youngest. Very good. Wise, I am the youngest one. Very good. So whenever anybody is asking who is the youngest or oldest, like that, the question is asking, you have to raise your hand and boldly say, I am the youngest among all. Look this slide. Here, three things are mentioned here. Unemployment is there, underemployment is there, and unemployability is there. Which one is the biggest challenge? Which one is the biggest challenge? Whether it is unemployment or underemployment or unemployability? What worries you most? Again, I'm looking the chat box. Uh, Nothing. You just mention whether it is unemployment or underemployment. Somebody mentioned underemployment. Yes. Anything else? Which worries you most? Is it unemployment or underemployment or unemployability? Again, unemployment here. I think most choose unemployment. Yes, unemployability. Somebody's mentioned unemployability. I'm using the mobile phone actually. That is why I couldn't identify the name. Sorry. Unemployability is mentioned. Yes. Okay, anyway. Sometimes we mostly consider this is the most worried issue is unemployment actually. But as a teacher educator, as me is concerned, unemployment is not the biggest concern. Underemployment is not the biggest concern. Surely it is a concern. It's a biggest concern. But as a teacher educator, I'm saying here, one person, what is his name? Ami, I'm not getting, sorry. Unemployability is the biggest concern. Why? This unemployment means we are not, the jobs are not available. Okay. And underemployment means highly qualified or highly eligible. The PhD persons are sometimes doing the job of peon, no? Peon post they are appointing. Like that, it is underemployment. But unemployability means they are eligible but not qualified. In institutions, sometimes there may have so many teacher vacancies. And for the interview, there may be so many persons. You look in Calicut University itself, there are near 72 B.Ed colleges are there. So how many teachers are coming outside in every year? You look. But for the post, when we are looking for a apt candidate, it's so pathetic that we are not getting. So, though so many are attending the interview, that we are not getting the apt persons. Is the issue of unemployability. Are eligible but not qualified. So as a teacher educator, it is one of the biggest concerns that we need to address. Here we can see a quote in a famous statement by Nelson Mandela at the entrance of the University of South Africa. That is, for destroying any nation, it doesn't require an atom bomb or a long range missiles. It only requires one thing, that reduces the quality of the education. To destroy one nation, it doesn't require the use of atom bomb or long range missiles, but only lowering the quality of the education. That is enough to destroy a nation. So Sam Pitroda's one of the quote, that is a famous one that is mentioned here. Our today's education system is of 19th century mindset, and what we are adopting now, it is of 20th century processes, and what we are trying to satisfy now, it is of 21st century needs. So to satisfy the 21st century needs, we are following the 20th century processes with a mindset of 19th century. That is our education system is. So actually, we need a transformation from this educational scenario. If change is not adopted in an appropriate time, then it will be a point of no return. Then we cannot come back again. So the change has to become at the apt time itself. Now, my dear friends, if you have a power, I'm asking you one question. Now you can use the chat box to make your comments to be the part of the discussion. If you could gift your students one lifelong power, if you can gift your students one lifelong power, or one ability, or one competency, or one skill, or one knowledge, like that, if you can give such a power to your student, what would it be? Just to mention only one. What is my question? You have a power, you can give that power to your students, and only one power. Okay. If you can gift such a power to your students, what it would be? What power or what knowledge or what competency or what skill will you give to your students? Actually, don't like this question. For this type of questions, don't think much. What you are coming to your mind, just that moment you have to write it on your chat box. I'm checking the chat box. Mar Basilius College students are so live and dynamic, I think. So they are interactive, I think. But some inertia, they're pulling backside not to comment on the chat box. What is this? I'm repeating my question. If you have the question without fear, yeah, wonderful. To question without fear, without any fear, like questioning skill. Very good. Some Shimna Suresh, I think. I have to use the specs, I think. Inculcating curiosity, wonderful. The power of lifelong learning, very good. Provide quality education. Okay. The ability to think. Adaptability. Wonderful. Adaptability. So look, here so many optional prospective teachers are giving these answers now. Whether anyone mentioned, suppose a physical science teacher, he or she, whether she mentioned that the Newton's first law or Newton's second law, the concept, I have to give that knowledge, like that. Anybody has mentioned? No. Any biology teacher, whether she has mentioned about the evolution theory? No. Maths teacher, I will make it easy, the multiplication and division part, I will make it easy. No. So the teachers actually, they know the biggest power they need is these type of things: adaptability, creativity, curiosity, confidence, like without any fear. So these are the power actually they require. The teachers know it very, very well. But unfortunately, whenever they have entered, if you got an opportunity to teach in a school, or you got a PSC appointment and you have joined in a school, and the next day, whenever you are entering the class, you start your lecturing, you start your completing the portions. So unknowingly or knowingly, the old teacher is coming to your mind while you are entering in the classroom. So actually, a teacher this is not the great thing to complete the portions and to complete and only making the lectures or transacting the knowledge. It's not the great thing actually. It is the creativity, it is the confidence, it is the adaptability, what you have mentioned here. Actually, the future belongs not to the most qualified, it belongs to the most adaptable actually. It is not the strongest to survey. It is not the smartest to survey. It is the one who adapts will survive. So look, we know that this world, it is a new world, and it is the new generation people. We know that generation studies are the lost generation and the greatest generation, silent generation, baby boomers, generation next, generation Y, generation Z, generation alpha, generation beta. This type of generation is there. Whether the characteristics of each generation, is it the same? No, it is different, It is different. So Tagore is saying, don't limit a child to your own learning, for he was born in another time. But Tagore said, don't limit a child to your own learning, for he was born in another time. But we are still following now what the education, what the process we have received in our school age, in our college age. The same we are following. Just now I asked one question that if you could give to your students one lifelong power, what would it be? What would it be? And we told many great things. But whenever we are entering the classroom, we will forget all these things and we will remember only the completion of the portion alone. So we have to consider a famous phrase by Alfred Korzybski. The phrase is, the map is not the territory. What does it mean? The map is not the territory. Everybody has their own map regarding the territory. It will be different. The map possessed by me will be different from the map possessed by each and every participants of this program. Because this map I have developed from my own life experience, my own family background, my own fears, my own expectations. Based on that only, I have developed my own map. It will be different from the map developed by Sunit Kumar sir. It will be the map. It will be different from the map developed by all other participants of this program. The map is not the territory. So the idea of a thing is never the idea itself. The map of an Indian map is not actually the India, actually. So similarly, the map developed by generation Y people, Y teachers will be different from the map developed by alpha generation people. Will be different by the map developed by the beta generation people. We should respect each and every map. Map should be different. Map will be different, but we should respect each and every map. We have to identify that each map is different because every person is different. The impression that we are possessing is not actually the territory. It's actually not the territory. It is the version of the territory only. Then how should it be same for every person? Then how can I say mine is right and others is wrong? You look some paradox. You look at this visual paradox. Are these lines, horizontal lines are parallel or do they slope? Are the horizontal lines are parallel or do they slope? Whether any slope is there or, yeah. Yeah, here Shimna, Suresh, and Leia baby have mentioned they have slopes. Slopes are there. They have mentioned so, but actually there is no slopes. Actually, they are parallel, as mentioned by Oppo. The name is not mentioned there. Here it doesn't has any slopes. It is a parallel line, but we are seeing it has slope is there. It is a visual paradox. Look at this picture. What you are seeing there. Look this picture. What you are seeing in the picture. What you are seeing that you need to mention. You need to write in the chat box. Yeah, somebody is unmuting. Then it's all. You can unmute and say what you are seeing in the slide, the picture. Nobody is giving any response. Any confusion is there on that picture?
Sir, excuse me, sir. We
Ah,
can't
yeah.
see anything.
Oh, you are not seeing anything? Sorry.
Yeah.
Just a second. I think the presentation I might have closed, I think, unknowingly. I'm in meeting now, actually. Now it is visible now. Is it visible now?
Visible, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. So now what you are seeing in the picture?
Maybe the tree, old tree with
Sir,
Old,
illustration.
maybe
old tree you
woman,
are seeing now.
Tree,
And
tree.
another person
maybe
is seeing it is a old woman. For one
old
person, it is
woman and a
there is
beautiful
nothing
woman.
right or wrong. No, what you are seeing that is the actual answer. Nothing about
Sir,
it is
maybe,
right or it is wrong. Old
Based
woman.
on the perception bills.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really, very good.
sir, maybe
Face. Uh,
a young lady
A
and an old woman.
beautiful girl also there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Look now. Look, a beautiful lady is coming on the other side. So one picture itself is a beautiful lady for one, and beautiful no, an old lady for another, and a old tree for someone. That is actually the perception itself. Now, again, it is an old lady. Now look, how many legs does this elephant have? How many legs does this elephant have? Jayashree said it is 4. Is it only 4 you are seeing? Just I'm asking. She's seeing it is 4.
8,
Somebody is
8
seeing it
something.
is 5. Somebody 9.
8,
Somebody
8.
8. Somebody told it is 8.
6 is there.
On my good eyes was blinking. Okay, somebody mentioned it is 6. So we can see from the same picture we are mentioning that legs, the number of legs as different one, no? So this is actually the visual paradox. On the same picture itself, we cannot identify the reality. No, actually it is 4 only, but we cannot identify the reality. We cannot identify the truth. Alle? If it is the case, then how it will be for a complex situation from our life, a complex life scenario. The persons may have no different versions. So there is no right or wrong. No, actually, what she has perceived is the map she has developed from her own life experience and all. Actually, in a scientific study, it is saying that 2 billion bits of information is coming in every seconds into our mind. But only we are filtering out, and only 7 plus or minus 2 bits are entering actually. The other things are filtered out based on our attitude, interest, fear, phobia, and all. So actually, based on that, the reality that we have reached is may not be the reality at all. Now look at this picture. For one it is 6 and another one it is 9. Actually, both are right, no? Both are right. So even from a simple paradox itself, this much confusions we can have. So that we need to, as a teacher, we need to address, we need to identify it, and we need to respect the other's opinion. We need to respect the other's arguments. We need to respect the other's map, though it is different from ours. Yeah. Now look, you are seeing one picture now, one smiley picture. Everybody is seeing now. It is easy to draw now. Is it easy to draw this smiley picture? Yes. Okay. Shamini is saying it is yes, very easy to draw. Yes. Esther Glads. When I am using the name, might be different. Pronunciation, everything. You not worry. Jayashree is saying, everybody is saying it is very easy to draw. Now you take the paper and pen with you. I think Mar Basilia students are so energetic. They came with the pen and paper for this, though it is an online session. So I request everyone to take the paper and pen with you. Don't draw now. I'm asking you to keep with you. Keep with you. Easy to draw. Very good. Vivo, only mobile phone is mentioned. Yeah. Everybody is saying it is okay. Now everybody kept the paper and pen with you, no? No. All of you keep that paper on your head. All of you keep that paper on your head and draw it. All of you keep that paper on your head and draw it. Don't take the paper outside and look. No. Keep the paper on your head and draw it from there itself, on your head itself. Draw the paper. On the paper you draw and keep the paper on your head. I think everybody might have drawn. Now you look at that paper and see that picture you drawn. Some humor is there, no? Some joyfulness is there, no? And one looking the paper, I am sure that everybody might have laughed. Some sort of smile might be there on seeing your picture you have drawn. Shamini, what happened? Can you show the picture you drawn, Shamini? Very bad. Okay, no problem. Okay. So what I'm saying is, this is
something creative. Well, actually, we can draw it very easily in a paper. But whenever we are keeping that paper on head and drawing, it's creative work. It is creative work. Creative work is always fun, is always joyful. And whether the picture you drawn is good or bad, it is not. The product is not the matter at all actually for us. The process is matters. As Shamini said, the picture I drawn is not good, it is very bad. Even then, the process is joyful, no? While seeing the picture, it will be very nice, though it is not up to the mark. So, creative work is always funny, always joyful, and it is actually the needed for the every student. Look, our APJ Abdul Kalam's one quote is that learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking, and thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. Actually, what the teaching learning process we are giving is for the knowledge, actually. Actually, the APJ Abdul Kalam is saying the teaching learning process should focus on the creativity. The creativity has to be developed. And that creativity should lead to the thinking. And thinking should provide the knowledge. So the direct teaching learning process, it should not give we shouldn't focus on the knowledge. We shouldn't focus on the informations and all. But we should focus on the creativity. If we are creative enough, then automatically you will develop the knowledge. And that knowledge makes you great. So everybody knows that creativity is the ability to think in a new ways and do the problems. We are solving the problems in a different way. Everything everybody knows. So every creativity is not the gift for someone. No, it is for everyone. Everyone is creative actually. And always the brain is wired for the patterns. Whenever I'm saying tingle, tingle, will you please fill the remaining things? Tingle, tingle. Then what is next? Little stars. Whenever I am saying tingle, tingle, we will say little stars because the brain is wired for patterns. So creativity is we are breaking the pattern. We are breaking the pattern. So whenever we are saying tingle, tingle, we are not using little star, but instead tingle, tingle, curious mind, ideas waiting there to find. Like that. So whenever I am saying to draw the picture of a tree, the students are using crayons to green crayon to draw the leaves and brown for the trunk. Alle, if this pattern we need to break. Whenever I'm told you to draw the picture of a smiley, it is very easy. Then I told you to keep it on your head. Then it is a creative. Creativity loves mistakes. So here somebody told, no, it's not good. My picture is creativity loves mistakes. The failure and mistakes are actually the stepping stone for the creativity. Similarly, the boredom, no. Always we are saying the boredom. We are always worried of the boredom, and teachers will always criticize the boredom. Actually, boredom is needed actually. Because of the boredom only, the daydreaming is coming now. Our brain is pushed into the daydreaming mode, which is where the original ideas are born actually. So boredom also is needed for the creative works. And we know that Bloom's taxonomy in 1956, Benjamin S. Bloom has developed this Bloom's taxonomy. And the six cognitive levels have mentioned as knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. In 2001, his disciple, his students, Anderson and Krathwohl, has changed the Bloom's taxonomy. And they have mentioned it in the new book, A Taxonomy for Learning, Teaching, and Assessing, a revision of Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives. And what changes they brought? Two changes they have brought. They brought two changes. What are the changes? The noun is changed into the verb. The knowledge is made into the remembering, comprehension to the understanding, application to the applying, analysis into the analyzing. And the next change is The evaluation at the topest level is brought to the bottom. Evaluation to the evaluating. And the synthesis at the bottom is taken into the top, creating. And it's, that much importance is there for the creativity. That much importance is there for the creating. Especially this new world, this AI world is giving importance to the creativity. So creativity is at the topest level. In the classes now, for decades, our classrooms lived at the bottom two levels, the knowledge comprehension. We have been considering only this remembering, recall, recognizing, all aspects, cite examples, see relationship. All these basic knowledge and comprehension levels we have addressed in our classrooms actually. Nowadays also we are following the same only. Though we are telling them to consider all the higher levels, still we are focusing on the lower levels. So to be creative, one thing we need to be addressed, that is emotional bank account. What is this emotional bank account? It is Stephen M. Covey has developed this emotional bank account. Like a bank account, here there is deposit is there, here withdrawal is there. What is the deposit actually? Our smiles. In a bank account, the amount the money we are depositing, and the money we are withdrawing. But in the emotional bank account, actually, what we are depositing, our smile, our encouragement, our listening, our curiosity, our appreciation, our trust to the children, our respect to the children, that is depositing to her or to his account. So with every person, we are developing an emotional bank account. And what is the withdrawal actually? Criticism, criticizing, humiliation, ignoring, comparison, mock with them, beating, punishments. All these are all the withdrawals actually. There is an 80-20 principle is there. If 80 deposits you have made, then 20% you can withdraw. They should have minimum 80% to withdraw from that account. But unfortunately, most of the teachers are running with a negative emotional bank account. Actually, that is why there is quarreling between the teacher and the student. There is issues between the teacher and the student. Only if we can develop a emotional bank account with a much deposit, then only we can make that classrooms into a creative classrooms. Then only we can develop a democratic atmosphere in the classroom. In a democratic atmosphere, only this creativity can be developed. And the students should have shouldn't be worried about the failure and all. If there is such a failure feeling and all, then emotional bank account is in the negative account only they are keeping with a. And this Pygmalion effect and Galatea effect. What is Pygmalion effect? Well, actually, Pygmalion is a sculpture. He created a Galatea, a statue, and he is in love with that Galatea, and later he is married. It's actually a Greek mythology. And later, Robert Rosenthal, in his book, mentioned this Pygmalion effect and Galatea effect. Pygmalion effect means is a strong expectation on the student side. I'm expecting much from the students. He is a good student. He can do this one, like that. If a teacher is continuously saying you can't do it, like that, if a teacher is continuously saying, then whether the student will do perfectly, whether the student will comes to his own level, no. Instead of that, if a teacher is continuously saying, I know you can do it very well, if such a such a strong expectation a teacher is possessing on the student, then the student will automatically will do that. This effect is called Pygmalion effect. Every teacher should have the Pygmalion effect on their students. Then what is the Galatea effect? Then automatically the student should have the feeling that I can do it very well. That is called Galatea effect. So the Pygmalion effect and the Galatea effect, if both effect is there, then student can do things in a creative way, in a positive way, with a much better result than the traditional methods. And look, this Sugadamitra's hole in the wall experiment. You might have heard about his experiments. So many experiments you have done. Similarly, Robert Rosenthal also done many experiments. His experiments, you should have read it. And Sugadamitra's hole in the wall, he kept Sugadamitra, for his experimentation, he kept one computer in a hole in the slum area. He was working in the Google's office at Delhi, and he kept a computer in a hole near to his office in a slum area. And he just mentioned, it is for you, you can use it. It is for you, you can use it. Slum students came there and they browsed the computer. Within few days, within very few weeks, they learned how to browse the computer, how to browse internet, and how to surf the informations, and how to play the games. And even somebody has given a feedback that we need computers with high processor. Look, there were no teachers at all. There were no textbooks at all. But they taught themselves because they got the freedom to use it. They have the freedom to use it. If there is such freedoms, then students should be automatically be creative. Then they will go ahead without any help itself. They can go ahead if that freedom we are ready to give to them. My dear friends, we should create a hole in our classrooms. I'm not talking about the physical hole, but but an opportunity, the whole of opportunity, where we should give the students the freedom to move in their own potential. There is another example from Google. Google's 20 percentage time. Google, they have given their employees a 20 percentage time to do their own passion, in their own interesting. It may not be related with the project work they are doing. No. 20% time means weekly 1 day. They can do some works based on their own interest, based on their own passion. Do you know the result of it? Because of this only, Gmail and Google News have emerged. Look, if we are ready to give this type of freedom to our students, what wonderful productive works they have developed. Have you ever thought of it? So what I'm saying is freedom should be there for the students to be creative in the classrooms. Now I'm presenting a case in front of you, and you have to give me an answer for this case. The case is, listen carefully. I'm introducing a case, and you have to tell me an answer for that. Father has syphilis. Father is suffering with syphilis. Mother tuberculosis. ക്ഷയരോഗാണ് അമ്മയ്ക്ക്. They have 4 children. One is blind. First child is blind, and second one is dead on birth itself. And the third one is dumb and deaf. ചെവി കേൾക്കാനും പറ്റൂല, വർത്താനം പറയാനും പറ്റൂല. And the fourth one has tuberculosis. So 4 children, one is blind, one died on birth itself, and another third one is deaf and dumb, and the fourth one has tuberculosis. Now the mother is pregnant of a fifth child. The parents are willing to have an abortion. Parents wants to have an abortion. Now they came and met you to take a decision. As a prospective teacher, no, they need an answer. They need an answer from your side, whether they have to undergo abortion or not. What is your answer? You have to make a decision. What is your answer? I'm looking the chat box. What's your reply to that lady? Whether to undergo abortion or not? No abortion, but treatment is advised. No abortion. Actually, we have to consider the situation. Ideals are okay, but we need to, a decision has to be made based on the circumstances, based on the condition only. We need to address their situation. Look, 4 children they have. They are poor family and 4 children. All the 4 children are suffering some issues now. Now they are pregnant. If again it is a problem for them, then what can we do? No. But everybody is saying abortion, no abortion, no abortion, no abortion. Riveda, Ayan, Suganya, Varghese sir, everybody is saying no abortion. Child may grow good and take care of them all. So no abortion, I think. I would recommend that they receive comprehensive medical counseling and counseling. Okay. Okay. So Mar Basilio students, I don't know whether all they are students. I think yes, so many have mentioned from Tamil Nadu and all. Okay. Only 3 children. One is dead now. One is already passed away. So we need to consider that also. That is also a sad for them now. Every time they will think about that child now. So it's also a part of their life. It was a biggest question, sir, but my opinion is she can, sir. Very good. Shamini. Okay. Anyway, they heard what you have told. They didn't do abortion and they gave birth to the 5th child. You know, that child is deaf. That child is deaf. Now you have to give me an answer. You told no, no, be optimistic. You told no abortion, be optimistic. Let the child grow and give the medical care. Abortion is the greatest destroyer of life. Okay, I agree. Now give me an answer. The 5th child is a deaf. The 5th child is a deaf. Now give me an answer. Because of you only, no. The 5th one, they have suffer. They are suffering. Already they are suffering. Again, the 5th one is a deaf child. Now give me an answer. Especially all those have told her to not to do the abortion. Arun Kandrar, give me an answer. Arun Kandrar, sir, provide treatment. Varghese sir is saying provide treatment. Yes,
Hello.
my dear friends. Sir, anything to
Hello,
say?
sir.
Yeah,
Actually, abortion is the greatest destroyer of life, and it
yeah.
will break the peace at the same time, and it will hampers the general life of uh, peaceful life.
Yeah.
But the situation is, as the situation comes repeatedly, it we should have to uh, uh, examine the situation,
Mm.
or we have to know the situation very well, and therefore we should consult with a good doctor what will be happen in future.
Okay, sir. Varghese sir has mentioned it is, and here another also like that. Varghese sir, Nalini, is it Nalini? Nalini ma'am, Dr. Navi, Nalini ma'am. Similarly, Dhiren sir, I appreciate you all because you have to ask me, my dear friends, if she is deaf, what is the problem? If he or she is blind, what is the problem? We need to ask that. Blindness is an issue. Deaf and dumb is not an issue. We need to address it actually, because creativity grows only where diversity exists. Creativity grows only where diversity exists. Creativity grows only where inclusion exists. There should have the inclusiveness. Inclusion should be there. So we shouldn't treat it as a problem. We shouldn't treat it as a problem. No, that is why no, we are not addressing them as handicapped persons. We are saying differently abled. Bhinna sheshi. We are saying no, differently abled only. So this is actually not a problem at all. Do you know that child? That child, he on his 8th age addressed a huge audience and read the piano, and he becomes the world famous music composer. This is Beethoven. That 5th child was Beethoven. So this deaf is not actually a problem. Blindness is actually not a problem. We teachers shouldn't see this as a problem. We teachers shouldn't treat it as a disability. No. We should treat them as a differently abled persons. Now, two more things only I want to add here. So just draw one picture. I will say you just draw a picture. Before onset of life, we can do protective measures, but parents may marry congenial marriage. So we have to take like that. No, already you have mentioned this assistive or protective care we need to take. And we have to consult some doctor, speech therapy like that, and provide some treatment. Yeah. Yes, Nalini ma'am. That's okay. Now all of you please take a paper and draw a picture that I am going to tell you. I am going to tell you, you draw that picture. First, draw an inclined line. An inclined line. Just draw what you are hearing. Need not think much. Just draw what you are hearing. And at the bottom of that line, draw an horizontal line. Horizontal line, a small one. A small horizontal line. Below that, parallelly, you draw a big horizontal line. Big horizontal line. Below that, parallelly, you draw a small horizontal line. And first you draw one inclined line, no? On either side of that, you draw each circle. You draw a circle. On either side of that inclined line, draw a circle. At the bottom of each circle, draw a small circle. Now draw an entire circle on the full picture. Keeping all these things inside of that circle, draw a big circle out of all these. Now draw a small circle on either side of that big circle. Can anybody show the picture? Can anybody show the picture? What you have drawn? Anybody is bold enough to draw their pictures? Yes, somebody is showing now. Niveda, Rayan, have you showing the picture? I'm not seeing the picture actually. Bashir sir, I couldn't see the picture. Where is the picture? No. Okay. Look, this is the picture. This is that what I have told you to draw. Look. This is a simple one, no? But I'm sure most of you may not get this picture. This is a simple picture, but I'm sure most of you may not got this picture. Yeah, somebody is showing. Okay, Bashir sir is showing. Okay. And look, if I am showing this picture before you are drawing, just for a second, if I have shown this picture, then after that, if I am saying all these things, I am sure that you will draw this perfectly. Are you not? If I have shown this before you are drawing, just for a second itself, then I am sure that you will draw exactly what it is I am showing now. This is the problem. I am not shown actually what do you want to draw. I didn't show that. So we have to begin with the end in mind. What the result we need to get, that we need to keep it in our mind, that we should plan earlier. But what kind of teachers do you want your students to remember after 20 years? That you should keep in your mind now. After 20 years, how they have to be remembered you. That you have to keep in your mind. That picture should be there. That situation should be there in your mind. Then we need to act. Similarly, for each and every classes, for each and every semester, for each and every year, for each and every moment, for each and every program, we should have a picture of the end result. So we should begin with the end in the mind. This is a part of the creativity. To be creative classrooms, we should keep it in your mind. Now, look, 9 dots are there. I'm closing my class. Before that, one more activity. 9 dots are there. 9 dots are there. Now I request you all to complete these dots. I'll go through all the dots by using 4 straight lines. 4 straight lines without lifting your pen. I think most of you might have done it already, but it is needed for the this session. That is why I'm giving the activity again. 9 dots are there. I requesting you all to go through all the dots by using 4 straight lines, only 4 straight lines, without lifting your pen. If anybody has done, please show it. 9 dots are there. You have to go through all the dots by using 4 straight lines without lifting the pen. You have to try it. I'm not seeing you all, but even then you have to try it. Over. Somebody showing. No, Niveda, Rayan, I couldn't see. Will you please show? I couldn't see your paper. I don't know why. Yes, others? I'm seeing only your face. Okay. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but some dots are outside only, no? Some dots are, all dots are there. Any other answer? I have seen Niveda Rayan's paper, but I think how is it possible for, I think some dots will be in outside, because it is in the form of a square. Any other answer, anyone? I think it might have done, no, this activity. Look, I will show, because the time is not there, so I will show that. Look. Have you seen? 1, 2, 3, 4 line only. I am repeating. Look, all of you, please. 4 lines. So, because we couldn't, because so many might have tried it. They have trying by keeping inside that box only, inside that square only. When to solve a problem, we need to come outside. This is called out of box thinking. Out of box thinking is the part of the creativity. If you are still sitting, whenever we are, sometimes the teacher is saying use the waste material to develop a model. Always search in the classroom and what is the waste is there. We'll take some paper, pencil. But instead of that, if somebody is thinking outside the classroom, there is some chappals are there or some waste basket is there that can be used. Like that out of box thinking we should possess. A creative person always think about the out of box thinking. So here, no, look, here for drawing that, the line is gone outside of that box, outside of that square. Then only we could complete this. So my dear friends, so these are all the things I want to tell you to make the classroom so creative. Actually, a blackboard can teach letters. Blackboard can teach lessons. Blackboard can teach the content. But only a creator can create another creator. The board is only a medium, whether it is blackboard or whiteboard or even a green board or even a smart board. Creativity is the message that inspires the learning. A creative teacher can make even a plain wall an inspiring classroom, while the most advanced smart board is ineffective without the creativity. So what we need to make it is, we need to make it is more creative. The classroom should be more informative. The classroom should be more interesting. The classroom should be more inspiring only if it is made in a creative manner. So if you want to achieve something which you have never achieved before, such a classroom, if you want to make, then do something which you have never done before. Thank you. Thank you all.
Have any doubts? Sir? Sunit sir?
Conclude it.
Okay. It's my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this enriching webinar series number 59 on the topic Beyond the Blackboard for Creating Creators. First and foremost, I express our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Anees Mohammed C, Associate Professor, Farook Training College, for delivering such an inspiring and thought provoking session. Your valuable insights on nurturing creativity beyond traditional classroom practices have enlightened us and motivated us to become innovative educators. Thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise and precious time with us. I extend my sincere gratitude to our respected principal Dr. Sunit Kumar Jain for his constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support in organizing this webinar series. A heartfelt thanks to ARIO and CTF Kerala chapter for their valuable collaboration and continued support in promoting academic excellence and professional development among teacher educators. I also thank all the faculty members, organizing committee members, technical support team, and volunteers whose dedicated efforts ensured the smooth conduct of this program. A special word of appreciation goes to all the participants who joined us live and actively engaged in today's session. Your enthusiasm and participation made this program truly meaningful. As we conclude, let us carry forward the ideas and inspiration shared today into our classrooms, empowering ourselves to create not just learners but creators. Once again, thank you one and all for your valuable presence and support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Okay. Okay.
Bye, sir.
Okay, bye. Sir.